lot of people there were hoping for judgment. And into this scene, we have two camps, steps Jesus. This camp over here is trying to make Jesus into who they want him to be. And so is this camp. This camp is wanting a hard Jesus. A Jesus that's going to be the condemner of sinners. Someone that's going to be tough. A Jesus that values justice. They want to see punishment. They want to see Jesus say, you know what, sin is not a small deal, sin is a big deal. And you've transgressed the law of God, you've transgressed the law of the land, and we're going to have an answer for your crimes. This group over here, though, is not necessarily made up of people that are righteous in their anger. It's made up of people who are self-righteous. They have this long list of things they're sure Jesus condemns, and all of those things seem to be external, obvious sins. Why? Because those are the easy sins for this tribe to avoid. And that's what makes them feel righteous and superior. I mean, you ever ask the question, like, where's the guy? I don't want to be too clear on this, because I think that we can figure it out, but she's caught in the act of adultery, and it takes two to tango. Where's the dude? Maybe he conveniently got away. Maybe he's one of these guys with a rock in his hand. Maybe it's all settled. And now this poor girl is something of a victim. Well, this crowd, there's no room for mercy. They want a Jesus that's hard. They want a Jesus that condemns sin. They want a Jesus that demands justice. And then you've got this camp. This camp says, what's the big deal? Who cares? We've all messed up. They want a Jesus that's big on acceptance and it's big on tolerance. And everybody would agree, right, that tolerance is a virtue? In our culture, it sure is. But is tolerance a virtue? That's a good question. I mean, this camp wants hugs and cupcakes Jesus. They want Barney Jesus. They want Jesus to look sort of like Oprah. Everything will be okay. Everybody does it. It's just all good. We're all getting in. It's all great. Every road eventually leads you to God, and so on and so forth. And who are we to judge this woman? And so one camp wants condemnation, the other camp wants tolerance, and here's Jesus, masterfully driving the road in between both ditches, showing us a different way. Because in the presence of condemnation, in the presence of tolerance, he comes with something different called forgiveness. This is amazing to me. This is a fantastic story. I'll talk to you about the reason for rejection. We all feel the sense of rejection. We all feel it. We all know it. And ultimately, it's why we pretend. And it's why we hide. But here's the reality of it. We pretend and we hide and we've been rejected because we do have a real problem. That problem is sin. In this story, it would be nice if we could just overlook this lady's transgression. Just say, you know what, it's all good. We'll just let her off the hook. It's okay. She'll learn. She'll do something different next time. Whatever. But the fact of the matter is, she has broken the law. She's sinned. She's rebelled against God. She's chosen her way over God's way. She's broken the law of the land. This is a problem. And sometimes tolerance isn't a virtue. I mean, if we just tolerate it, let me just spell this out for you. Would you want to go to a doctor that tolerated your cancer? I mean, do you want a politician who tolerates injustice? What if you and I, as people, tolerate the strong taking advantage of the weak? What if we tolerate things like genocide? What if we tolerate evils and injustices in our world? Tolerance is not always a virtue. Tolerance is sometimes a vice. A doctor can't tolerate sickness. A doctor can't tolerate some grave injury. We don't want that from him. We want from him intolerance. So if you are in the family with the alcoholic, do we just tolerate the alcoholism? Is that what love is? I mean, is love looking self-destructive, sinful behavior in the face and saying, it's okay? I think if Jesus takes the road of tolerance, he's not doing what's loving, he's doing what's cowardly. This is hard. This is difficult. This is not an easy problem. And it makes us all uncomfortable because we all want mercy when it comes to our own sin and judgment when it comes to everyone else's sin, right? I mean, it's like when we're caught, it's like, oh, but please, just forgive me. But when somebody else is caught, it's like, I can't. Did you hear? So Jesus has quite a challenge in front of him. This is the exact trap that the condemners have designed for him to fall into. He has a dilemma. How does he navigate this dilemma and come out on the side of love? How does Jesus accept